Hey everybody, I just bought this Tusk folding glass windshield. It's for a Can-Am Maverick. I own the Sport. I just received it a little bit ago, so I was going to do a review on it and an install video. First off, here's the part number for what I bought. It's $449, I believe. It's a glass windshield. It folds down and it also has a vent. I want to go over the parts, and so far I'm pretty excited about this, and I'm pretty impressed with it. It's actually, I mean, if you consider a plexiglass windshield, most of those run around, I mean, you can get them a little cheaper, but between $300 and $350. And this was $450. So for an extra $100, I've got a glass windshield. It came with the wiper. It's a manual wiper, but I mean, considering it is what it is, I mean, and then it came with, which I didn't even see this in the instructions, but it came with mounting brackets. I believe this is the mounting brackets that to mount a 12-inch light bar. So I mean, it doesn't come with a light bar, but it's nice that they supplied the brackets to do it with. And where that mounts is this mounts on your front bumper to hold the windshield when you fold it down. And then these mount on here somewhere. I'm not 100% sure exactly how they go yet, but yeah, you can mount a 12-inch light bar right here, and it's under here, so when your windshield folds down, it won't hit your light bar or anything. But anyway, this is what was in the box. Of course, I already showed you the wiper. Here's a bag of hardware. Here's the knobs. These secure the windshield in the up position, and when you fold it down, you reuse them to secure it in the down position. Foam seal tape, which I'm not exactly sure where that goes yet. Rubber mounts here, rubber seals. I believe these are for the bottom of the windshield, and this longer one, it must be for the top of the windshield. And then these are really nice mounts for your. These mount the bracket right here onto your front bumper. These brackets are for your vent when it folds out, and then it also has a thumb wheel screw for it, so you can open it and lock it down in different positions. And this back here is the plate that goes along the top of the windshield. So I was looking over this, and it's pretty good quality. The welds aren't bad at all on this. I mean, I've seen a lot worse. Let's see if I can get a close up. That's a pretty good looking weld. And then on this piece here that you're really going to see, you're not even going to see that back there, but they're really nice welds on this. Of course, they have nut certs in here, which is nice, rather than having to use a nut. And along with up here, this is where your windshield thumb wheels will go through to hold the windshield up, and these will hold it down. And then on this bracket, I noticed it also has, where is that? It also has the nut cert, riv nut, whatever you want to call it, for your other thumb wheel. But yeah, everything looks quality. I believe it's powder coated. I'm not going to swear to it. It may be paint. And for the main, here's the windshield. Like I said, glass windshield. There's your hinge where it folds down, and this is your vent that your brackets will mount here and here. And then you can fold this open and lock it down to get airflow. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this purchase. A nice rubber seal. I just wonder if it does get broken. I don't know. I assume that they probably have a replacement glass that you can buy, but I didn't see it on their website. I bought this from Rocky Mountain. Anyway, I'll shut this down and we'll get into the install on it. One more thing before I get started. I wanted to mention these instructions. They seem real easy to follow. They have color photos. Everything's color photoed. It looks easy to follow, and they lay out all the parts that go together, which is nice. It's okay, I want to throw that in there before I got started. I'll be back. Okay, so the first thing I have to do, according to the instructions, is remove this plastic housing that covers your nuts for these bolts. If anybody watched my mirror install video, when you remove these bolts, at least on mine, this A-pillar jumped out, and that was kind of a pain to get lined up. So I'm not looking forward to that. I wish I would have just put the mirrors and the windshield on at the same time now. Anyway, first thing you do is remove that and install the two brackets here for the bottom of the windshield. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. To get this plastic piece off, you need, let me see if we can see it here. There's two Torx screws. One's here, and you can't see that one really. It's right there. And they are, I believe, 25s. Yeah, 25 millimeters Torx screw to remove those. And I'm thinking these were 14s, but I'll double check. All right, I'll probably be fast forwarding through a lot of this, so I'll go ahead and get to work here. These just kind of pull out and up. They've got a little safety latch right here, so you just kind of push down, pull out, and then pull them up out. I mentioned this in my other video too. If you don't have any of these magnetic trays from Harbor Freight, gotta get some. These things are great. $4 Harbor Freight. Okay, so both sides, the nut and the bolt, are 15 millimeter. Actually, I don't have to take these clear out because that bracket mounts on this side, I believe. Here is the brackets that are going to go on that according to the instructions. They mount just like that. So this would be this side here. So I'm not going to tighten any of this up because I'm sure there'll be some need for adjustment. I mean, they didn't put slots in these for no reason, so I'll just snug everything up. That's what that is. Now this part, I already read some about this. You remove your roof, it says. My problem is I mounted this stereo in here. You can see this. I mounted this stereo, which I have a video showing this stereo a little bit. But anyway, it makes the roof bolts impossible to get to unless I take the stereo out. And I believe this bracket mounts right here, so I'm going to try to do it without removing my roof. Hopefully I can, because I really don't want to take my whole stereo out. It's not really that easy, and it most of the time takes two people, so I'm going to try to do it without doing that. I may just come back to you when I have that finished. Alright, so the next thing it says to do is install the vent brackets. So I've got my vent brackets here, and you need the 5M6 screws, and they're I believe they're 4mm Allen heads, and then the 5 nuts, and these are 10mm, a nylock washer, and I believe that's it. This piece goes here. This is going to go like this. Your nylock washer goes in between here with the thumb wheel. So I'm going to go ahead and put the thumb wheel on before I tighten anything, just to make sure everything's aligned. Alright, that works pretty nice. Lock it open. Nice. Now I did get this put up on here. I've just got the screws down through. I don't have a lot of room to work with there, but it's said not to tighten it yet anyway, so I'm gonna worry about it later. And then here, I guess later, it says not to do it yet. 2 self-tapping screws go in. Even give you a drill bit. So I mean, it's thoughtful. See if the, it's probably a one-time use drill bit, but all right. Well, I'll get the rest of this down and come back. Okay, the next step it says is install this foam strip down along the bottom of this edge. this edge will touch the machine and may cause vibration. Okay, I think the next step is to put it up on the machine, so I'll get back to you when I get that set up there. Okay, so I went ahead and I put the windshield up there, and I put one bolt on each side. The bolts that are used for this have M5 Allen heads here, or 5mm Allen head or Allen wrench you need, and a 13mm socket. So I'm going to go ahead. It says to make sure it says everything's slotted, and sounds like a pain in the ass to line up already. So you've got to get a 1/4 inch gap all the way around it, and yet still make sure that these will line up with your knobs. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put the knobs in, and then it'll all move as one piece, and then I can start tightening everything down. So hopefully that works. Right now I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of these bolts, there's 6 in the bottom of the windshield frame here. So I went ahead and installed the rest of those bolts. Now I'm going to snug up everything and make sure that it's going to be aligned, and then I think you're supposed to put the seals on, but I want everything a little bit snug. Make sure this thing is going to fold up and down right. So I tighten these first to draw this in, and now I'm tightening the bracket that goes in here. Just going to snug everything up. Okay, so I've got it lined up as good as it's going to get. I really believe my roll bar is tweaked, and I say that because when I put the mirrors on, this side over here popped out, as I was saying before. So it doesn't line up good. I'm real tight right here, and I've got a big gap here, and then on the other side it's all pretty even, and I'll show you what I mean. If you can see up here, it's almost against the roll bar there, and then when I come down here I've got a big gap. And then on the other side, it's all pretty well even in the way it's supposed to be. I've never wrecked this machine, so I mean, it is what it is. I bought it brand new. It's only got maybe 500 miles on it, so I'm the only owner. I know it hasn't been wrecked, so it had to come out of the factory that way. And actually, if you look at it, this roll bar right here, I don't know if you can pick this up on camera, but right here, it looks like this weld. It looks like the bottom half of this right here is cocked out that way, and then the roll bar goes this way. And if you look at the other side, it doesn't look the same. It looks straight. This looks straight. So I believe it's a manufacturing default or defect, but it is what it is. I don't really care. I don't believe it's the windshield's fault at all. but as I tightened it, what I did, I put the thumb wheels in. Well, I left the thumb wheels in, and every time I would tighten something, I would check these and make sure they spun free. So that's really the biggest deal, is making sure that I can get these thumb wheels in and out. And I'm hoping it seals up good, but I mean, truthfully, does it really matter? I don't have a full cab. I don't have doors, so I don't really see that that's really going to matter. So anyway, I'm going on with it. And what I'm going to do, the instructions say to fold this down and put the rubber on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. That should be pretty nice rubber. Just got a slot in it, and you slide that over the slot on the windshield frame. So let's see how that goes. Oh, and another thing, I didn't have to take my roof off to get my bolts in. I ended up wedging a piece of wood under here and being able to get my Allen wrench up in there. And then after I did it, I thought of the easy way that I could have done it. So if you guys don't want to take your roof off, just replace the bolts with a bolt with a head on it so you can slide a wrench in there. I don't know why I didn't do that. I have bolts. But I didn't. So if I ever have to take it back out, that's what I'll do. Alright, that's on there. That fits really nice and snug on there. And it's already cut the length. I didn't have to cut it. And if you would have to cut it for some reason, be careful, because it's got metal inside the rubber there. Now it says to make sure the windshield still fits good, which I don't think it does. I think I'm going to have to slide it down. That does seal up the gap over here, but let's see. Alright, I think I'm going to definitely do some more tweaking on this windshield. They should have you install the rubber before you make sure it fits, because now it doesn't want to fit at all. Okay, I'm going to mess with this some more. That's a good note. You might want to install your rubber before you start putting this thing, tightening everything up, because now it doesn't want to fit. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. After, I don't know, about an hour of work here, I've made quite a bit of progress on the alignment. So now you can see that I have much less gap here and a little more up here, enough for the seal to fit in. The seal wouldn't fit in. And over here is a lot closer at the top now and further away at the bottom, if you look at it, if you can tell in the camera. Anyway, what I ended up doing was I loosened all these back up and I dropped this one all the way down, and the other side I raised it all the way up to sort of caulk the whole windshield a little bit. I ended up taking the top piece back off, and by the way, now I have bolts with that I can put a wrench on. So I went ahead and did that, and I did slot the holes out a little bit more in this piece so it would move this way. The slots were so it would move this way, so I could drop that down a little bit. And I ended up having to file these holes just a tiny bit. And I think they could make those holes just a little bit bigger to make this a little easier. I had to file this one at the top here, which it'll be covered up with the screws, so it shouldn't matter. But everything's tight now, and what you're supposed to do next is drill and install your self tappers right here in these holes. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, here's the self tappers they gave with the kit, and they are T25 Torx. Guess we're moving on to installing the bumper mount. Okay, next we're going to install the mount for the front here, and it's going to sit here something like this. And what you need for this is your P clamps, these are nice heavy duty clamps, and they have rubber strips that go inside here, and that'll keep from marring this all up. So just put these on. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this windshield. I don't think that any of the problems that I've had with it, I don't believe are the product's fault. And I'm not sponsored by Tusk or anything like that. I've bought quite a bit of their stuff, and it's all been pretty good. It's not top of the line, but you're not paying top of the line prices either. But overall, I believe that it's well built for the money. Like I said, I think my machine I think that roll bar is messed up on that one side over there. But like I said before, you can't fault Tusk for that. So, and that was aligning this thing's the major issue that I've had so far. So, and I believe that was a problem. Oh, I did notice it says to install rubber bumpers on the ends of that thing over there. Well, I didn't get any rubber bumpers of any type. I looked all through the box and don't see anything. The only thing I saw rubber is these washers, and I have no idea how that would work. I'll show you on the instructions here in a second. It looks like flat. It should have a flat piece of rubber with a plug on the bottom to pop through the hole. But maybe I'm missing something. Let's see if you can see this. See, that's what that shows. I don't see a hole in that. So I believe it's supposed to be this flat part. Where'd it go? This flat part. And it's probably supposed to have a little plug on the bottom of it that pops through this hole right here. You know, like a nipple that pops through that hole to hold it in there. But the only thing rubber I have, and I haven't had a place to use them yet, is these rubber washers. And I can't imagine that'd be any good if you put a bolt through there. It doesn't make much sense. But anyway, we'll keep going. Maybe I'll email them and see if they have a set. I don't think there's much to it. I think that's what this hole's for, and you just pop this out and a rubber plug right here in the windshield. Just a little rubber, or well, it's plastic. I'm pretty sure that's where this goes. So, pretty sure this just comes off. Well, I guess I gotta take this off. So, that off, that piece of rubber, and that washer, and this is going to sandwich down through the windshield so you can reach this inside. Just like that. And rear rubber side toward the windshield frame. On the other side, alright, I'm back. I've got it finished. Had to throw a little fit on the wiper there. Yeah, that thing's junk. Hopefully, it's mainly the wiper blade itself is junk. I mean, that thing is, I don't know, I did break a piece off of it, but I think it'll be alright. Hopefully you can get a replacement for it that's better. Maybe just from the auto parts store. I'll measure that and see how long it is. It does hang over a little bit down here, but then it hits down here, so it is a bit on the long side anyway. It could go with a little shorter wiper blade. Let me measure that. It's a 16. I don't know. I know I think they make 12s and 13s. I don't know if 14 or 15 would be nice. I don't know if you can get one of those or not. I'll look. Anyway, overall, now that I'm finished, I think it's a nice windshield. For the money, you can't beat this thing. The only complaints I had was they could make these holes a little bit bigger. It wouldn't hurt anything to make those a little bigger. I wouldn't even be, it would be better with a completely different mounting system. A couple buckles, buckles that you could just flip it up there and buckle them. That'd be better. But I mean, is what it is. You lose one of those knobs or something like that, then you got to order one of those. Anyway, overall though, I'm pretty impressed with it. It turned out pretty nice. It has a gap up here if anyone's worried about that, which I may put something in here because of my stereo, but I've pretty well got it sealed up anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I might put something in here, a piece of that foam tape or something right here. But you'd have a gap here, air gap, if you were worried about that. Water will run in here, but I don't think it doesn't bother me any, but may bother someone. It does impede your vision a little bit. I was sitting in it. I don't know how much you'll notice it when you're just normal driving, but if you're in the woods or something, you can't see the front of the machine anymore. You can't see the hood. And also I wish I would have got the rubber bump stops for this, which I may send them an email and tell them I didn't get those. Other than that, I think it turned out really nice. The top seems to seal good. It does stick out some. I think that's a lot to do with the seal, but that doesn't really bother me either. Let's see if we can see anything in here. It's going to be your wiper knob. You just move that, which is not a big deal. And then this works pretty easy. All you have to do is loosen this knob a little, and you can adjust this so it's all the way open or close it up. Either way, you can do it with one hand. I just did it a minute ago with the right hand. You can do it with this one too. And that's, of course, that's not sealed up really good either. You can see the light coming through over here and all the way around it, but you could probably fix that if you were worried about it. Just put a piece of something on the inside of the outside, the stationary piece, and then when you close it, it would just a piece of rubber or something right here. Anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. Thank you all for watching. Want to watch more stuff like this? Just a regular guy out here, likes to work on his own stuff, and I do a little fabrication of my own stuff, and I like to save money. So if you want to keep watching my videos, there'll be more to come on that. I've got some other videos on some reviews and some other projects on this, putting the mirrors on. I've showed my stereo. I made my own stereo. Did a walk around with this. I made the bumper. I wish I had a winch install video, but I didn't. I also ride a DRZ dual sport, and I've been doing a lot on it too, projects. So the channel is going to be a lot more about this kind of stuff and whatever comes along, and reviews and stuff. So like and subscribe. I need some subscribers and some comments. Go ahead and comment. I don't care if it's good or bad. Let me know what you're thinking. Ideas, whatever. Alright, I appreciate it. Till next time, No Pro Garage.